finishing it off.
From distance, that was an amazing pass.
That's about as long an alley-oop as you're going to see.
How about the pass to put the ball on the money from there? That's impressive. Wow, what an incredible run they're on. This is as good an offense as you will see.
Well, every single guy on the floor right now just feeling it.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Lynn kicks to Harden. 6 to shoot. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Another shot. The shot will not go. Great D that time from Mahinmi.
I'd love to see them impose their will a little bit more on the backcourt. Usually that's a great way to take control of the game.
Well, they haven't been able to do that yet, but it's something they're certainly capable of. Well, Jan Mahinmi wasn't a big name when he became a free agent a few years back. But, you know, the Indiana Pacers saw enough in him that they were willing to offer up to a 4-year deal for Jan to be the backup center.
And here's Harden for 3. And good on the basket. Book it. Harden's got 8 points.
That's his first three-pointer of the half. Remember, he did make one in the first half as well.
No good from the professor. And kind of an interesting trade for the Pacers for Mahinmi. You know, you could have signed him out, but chose to trade Darren Collison to Dallas in that sign and trade with the Mavs. Mahinmi, well, an important player for the Pacers as we saw backing up Hibbert.
He was good, but, you know, it would have been nice for them to keep Collison and sign Mahinmi. I thought they needed some depth at the point guard spot, particularly in that playoff run.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Mahinmi. Paul George comes in for Luis Scola. Orlando Johnson's checked in for Lance Stevenson. And George Hill's subbed in for the professor. Parsons dishes to Harden. Outside, Lynn. Back to Harden. From past the arc. Offensive rebound. Lynn the pass to Harden. And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's the floater. It's rebounded by Indiana. Hibbert's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And it's Omer Asik with the foul. That's his first foul. And the Rockets making a change here. Smith has checked in. And it's Indiana's ball. They're on a 19-7 run.
Well, Indiana's success last season was built around its defensive prowess, and they usually would set the tone at the start of the game. They were one of the best in the league at allowing the fewest first-quarter points.
Here's George. Nice D from Parsons. Houston's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Going back to the Pacers once more, you knew they wanted to emphasize defense each game, and Steve, they would always come out and get right in the offensive player's face to start the game.
And they allowed the fewest first-quarter points of any team in the league last year, Kevin. That's a great way to kind of set the tempo, set the tone in a ball game, and the Pacers were able to establish that defense right away.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Some changes for Indiana. West comes in for Orlando Johnson, and the professor subbed in for George Hill. Houston's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the 3rd. And Danny Granger gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
I like the call. I thought the defense was moving there.
Yeah, I think he slid underneath. Good blocking call that trip.
Howard against Hibbert from deep. Harden.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Another miss by Harden. 1:10 left here in the 3rd quarter.
And I don't really like that shot. I mean, he can make it occasionally, but to me, that's too deep.
And that definitely wasn't one of them.
Pacers have gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great 3rd quarter for them offensively. Puts up the baby hook. The professor passes to Hibbert. Beyond the arc. That's good. 53 points for the professor.
He is just eating this team alive with his offense. It's been a matchup nightmare.
Pass to Harden. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. That's 10 points for James Harden. Hibbert with a screen on Lynn. The professor passes to West. Here's the professor, guarded by Harden. Back to West. Passes it to Hibbert. Granger outside. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Here's Granger. There's the pass to the professor. 2 on the clock. Doubled by Smith. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. .11 seconds left in the third. Here's Garcia. Hands it from downtown. Garcia's got 8. And here's Hibbert. From deep. No good. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Now we've seen them make that extra effort rotating from the weak side, closing out on their airspace, sending shots back.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Now the Pacers moving it out. George has got the ball. Drops in the tray off the fast break. George has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Pacers. Here's Beverly. He's covered by Watson. Money in his kicks to Harden. And Danny Granger gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Smith checked in for Houston. He feeds it to Casper. No good. Excellent D there from George.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Here's the professor. Three-pointer. And the Pacers another 3.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. That's 4 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been three-pointers.
And that one's good. Beverly.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Here's the professor, defended by Beverly. Doubled by Garcia. The professor passes to West. The professor from deep three-point range. The shot is off. And David West gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Outside, Garcia. Shot, no good. And Indiana will come the other way. Fast break, here comes Indiana. The professor passes to George. Here's the professor. Granger outside. He passes to the professor. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got 4 rebounds in this game. Garcia dishes to Moniunas. Garcia launches a 3. And another 3 for Houston.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Hibbert with the screen. Here's the professor. And the Pacers can't get it to go. The Rockets have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Garcia's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Danny Granger played only portions of 5 games last season, guys, and basically was trying to